Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nadisha. One of the ways that God speaks to me is through songs, and the song today is A Little Bit of Love by Grennan. If you're here, this message is about your kingdom spouse, kingdom marriages. Let's just dive right into this song. It says, I've been holding on to pieces, swimming in the deep end, trying to find my way back to you. Because I'm needing a little bit of love, a little bit of love, a little bit of love, so a lot of the kingdom spouses are prodigals, and they've now realized that, love is where you are, it's like they left and they went to like the ends of the earth they were searching for something, they were searching for love, they were searching for security, they were searching for themselves, they were just lost basically. And they didn't realize that love was always there, love was always right under their nose, and this kind of reminds me of the song I did, Giving Tree, if all you wanted was love, love was always around basically. So they're realizing now that, love is where you are love, and they are wanting that back. So they're on their way back to you. They're trying to find their way back to you, and they will do what it takes, swimming in the deep end, basically. All right, it says, lately I've been counting stars, and I'm sorry that I broke your heart. It's something that I didn't want for you. But I'm stepping on broken glass, and I know this is my final chance. All I'm trying to do is find my path to you. Yes, so they've been counting stars and things, I truly believe that they are sorry for breaking your heart. I did a song, Sorry, by Justin Bieber. I think they're truly sorry for the things that they did to you, for the pain they've caused. Even if they've never told you, I think I truly believe that they are sorry, and it's almost like they had this plan in their head and it just didn't work out. It says, it's something I didn't want for you, I don't believe that they intentionally broke your heart. I just think just how the circumstances went and the situation went, it happened. But yeah, it says, I'm stepping on broken glass, and I know this is my final chance. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have a lot of time. They don't have a lot of time. And they have to listen to what God has been telling them to do, and they need to do that. Yeah, it says, I know this is my final chance. All I'm trying to do is find my path to you. There's a path, and the cool thing about that is the path has been laid out for them, because what they don't realize is God has been talking to you. You guys have shared that God has been speaking to you in different ways. The path has laid out for them. So it's just really for them to walk on the path and listen to what God has been telling them to do. It says, these awful wounds ain't healing. Trying to find my way back to you, because I'm needing a little bit of love, I think they're really struggling for the things that they did to you, just filled with like a lot of regrets, a lot of shame, a lot of embarrassment, just the works. They're just filled with a lot of regrets. And it's like, they're like, these awful wounds aren't healing, and honestly, leaving you behind, they ended up breaking their own hearts, so they're dealing with the wounds of what they did to you and the wounds of a broken heart. There's all sorts of wounds, that seem like it's taken forever to heal. It says, lately I've been waking up in that dream. You stay calling my name, Stayed up too late just thinking of you. Now I'm knocking on every door because I heard you moved from 22. Has it been that long? I guess time just flew, you know? But yeah, so it's like they just been thinking about you a lot, you know, dreaming about you, thinking about you, you know, and it says they've been knocking on every door. They'll find a way. They'll find you. They'll figure out where to find you and how to find you, you know. My very first Kingdom Spouse video was Dreaming of You by Selena, you know, and yeah, I believe they've been thinking about you and dreaming about you and everything, you know. And yes, for some of you guys, you've been waiting for a long time. It says, has it been that long? I guess time just flew. Yeah, so for some of you guys, you're like, yeah, no, time did fly by. You know, it's been a long time, you know, and I've been waiting for all this time. And yeah, you need to get it together, okay? It says, I tried to fly, but I used my wings too soon. Now everything got me thinking of you. I tried a million times to cut you loose. This kind of reminds me of the video we did about always something there to remind me. Yes, right? It says now everything got me thinking of you, you know? Yes, because there's always something there to remind them, okay? And I tried a million times to cut you loose. It's almost like how I see this is like they try to run away from you, run away from the thoughts of you, run away from. So not only did they try to run away from you physically, they try to run away from you like spiritually and just like mentally and emotionally, and they couldn't get you out of their head, and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, and it's like, because they can't, you know. Running away from you was like running away from God. I've said this before. And you know, they couldn't just run away. You would not leave their head, you would not leave their mind. So yeah, but yeah, they're coming, they're making their way back to you, and they're getting on the path that leads to you, and they don't need your help. You don't need to help them. They will figure it out with God's leading. Let the Lord lead them. Let God lead them, guys. Don't force it. Don't try to figure it out. You know, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. You know, God will lead them to you, and God will navigate their steps. You know, it's so funny. I had this like screensaver on my phone for years. I had it on my phone, and it said, dear future husband, find God, find yourself, then come find me. Okay? And it like needs to happen in that order. Don't come find me first and be like, oh no, we'll find God later. No, find God, find yourself, and then come find you guys. Okay? And the reason why it needs to happen in that order is because when you find God, when they find God and that's why this journey was so important. See, when they ran, they were searching for something, okay? And their relationship with God is going to get better, okay? So they needed to find God. And it's when we find God, we discover our identity, okay? And it's not just a regular identity, it's an identity in Christ. See, your person had no idea of who they are, of who you know, they didn't know who they were. They didn't know who they were. They were lost. Okay? So find God, and when you find God is the one who tells you who you are. He calls you blessed. He calls you redeemed. He calls you chosen. He calls you salt of the world. Okay? He calls you mighty man of valor. Okay? He calls you by such wonderful names. He calls you masterpiece. He calls you royalty. Okay? So your spouse needs to find God. And then God is the one who is going to give them the identity. And they're going to learn their identity in Christ. And once they know who they are, then they're going to realize, oh, wait a minute. I've always been a king. Oh my God, this whole time, I was always a king. Oh my Lord. So once they realize they're a king, they're like, I'm gonna go find my queen. No, I'm gonna come find my queen. I'm gonna go get my queen. Now that I've learned that I'm a king, I'm gonna go get my queen. And that is exactly how God wanted it to be. Because God knows you do not want a man coming to you not knowing who they are. Y'all been there. You're like, why are you the way you are? Why are you doing that? No, we don't like that. We don't want that. We don't want that anymore. No. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, you don't want a female coming to you not knowing who she is. So she needs to find God. God is going to let her know who she is. A queen, okay? And she'll come get her king. And he'll navigate how you guys are going to do that whole thing, okay? And that is the order. Because when somebody knows who they are, their walk is different, okay? Their talk is different, okay? They act differently. They don't go to certain places. They don't linger certain places. Come on, kings don't just run around in the streets like that. No. See, when you find out who you are, things around you become different. And so that is the goal. That is what God wanted. So, the process needed to happen, guys. It needed to happen because they needed to figure out who they are in Christ. And you needed to figure out who you were in Christ. Okay, this whole journey is not one-sided. This journey was both for you and both for them. God needed to be your everything. So when your spouse comes, they're going to be needed, but you know what I mean? You had already found security in Christ, which honestly, what they don't realize is that makes their life a lot easier. That makes their life a lot easier when you can find security in Christ. All right, guys, this is a beautiful story. But yeah, keep the faith, keep on holding on. Give all your burdens, all your doubts and fears over to the Lord. He will bring new, fresh insight to you and give you the strength you need to continue on this journey. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.